Welcome back, brothers and sisters in the religion of Islam. This is a continuation of our lecture on the subject of understanding the path of salvation in Islam. For those of you that are just coming here for the first time, you should consider to first of all subscribe to this channel. You support us by your subscription, watch our videos, make comments. May Allah guide us to the straight path. My grandfather of a blessed memory, the trader of Nupe Kingdom, he was telling me a story of which I learned a very important lesson on how to detect the truth or the right path. And from that very day, I decided not to condemn any set of people again in my life. May Allah forgive us for our wrongdoings in the past. He said, if you slaughter a one cow, big cow, then you ask some people to help you slaughter it. Your children, maybe you have grown up children, you are the owner of this cow, but you gave it to your children to help you slaughter the cow and to prepare the cow so that the whole family will benefit from it. Along the way, during the process, when they slaughtered the cow, these children now felt they are your children. One of them decided that he is the one to control everything. The other said, no, you don't have the right to do that. All of us own this. Out of that disagreement, they ended up distributing the cow among themselves. And you are the owner of that cow. But since they are your children, they distributed it among themselves without your permission. This one held the head. The other one there held the legs. This one here took away the tail. This one took the intestine. All of them holding on to a particular portion of this cow. For you are the owner. This is the state of the Ummah of Nabi Muhammad today. We are now divided into 73 sects. And the Quran has declared, Kullu hizbin bima ladayhim farihun. Each party among us rehearsing and celebrating that portion of the truth that they were able to grasp onto, but not knowing that that portion alone will not lead you to salvation, because that portion alone is not the whole cow that your father gave to you. The father of this ummah is Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. The cow in this story is the general Muslim ummah. These children that distributed the cow is the scholars, the ulama, that is you and I. This cow now represents the Muslim ummah. These children that distributed this cow among themselves represent the scholars of Islam. Each scholar now leading a sect in Islam. If you look at every sect in Islam today, if you dissect them very well, you will discover that they have a portion of the truth in their hands. And at the same time, they now clothe that portion of the truth in their hands. They now clothe it with a lot of falsehood. Every sect does that. If you look at the Sufi sects, the Sufi groups, you will see the portion of the truth in it. You will now see some innovations in it. If you look at the Sunnis, the Izalas, and Salafis and the Sunnis, you will see a portion of the truth in them, and you will see some innovations in them also. If you look at the Shiites, they also have a portion of the truth with them, and they also have some other fallacies surrounding this truth in them also. So now, the seeker of the truth, the owner of this ummah is Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. His last words on his deathbed was, Ya ummati, O you my ummah. And there is a famous hadith which says, Kama tamutuna tahyawna. The same way that you die, you are going to be resurrected that same way. If our prophet died repeating the name of this ummah, on the day of judgment, he will also be resurrected calling this ummah, Ya ummati, where is my nation? Where is my nation? And we have already distributed this nation among ourselves. We belong to some groups. We say that is the one that is going to paradise because the prophet said only one is going to paradise. This one say no, they have a portion of the truth with them. Because of that, they are the ones going to paradise. This one say no, this one is going to hellfire. This one is the one going to paradise. What do you mean by that? The devil, our shaitan, is watching us. None of us, the Muslim Ummah, is friendly to the devil. As far as the shaitan is concerned, we are all his enemies because all of us proclaim La ilaha illallah. All of us establish Salah. All of us give out zakat. We believe in all these things. So how comes we are now divided? Is it the Holy Quran that is division, or the scholars that are teaching the Quran? Is it the message that is not complete, or it is we that cannot comprehend the message? It is high time, brothers and sisters in Islam, we must embrace ourselves as one Muslim Ummah. Inna hazihi ummatukum ummatan wahidatan. This your nation is one Muslim nation. Stop calling yourselves names. Stop calling yourself anything. Whether you are a Sunni, Sufi, Shia, whatever it is that you call yourself, you are a Muslim. That name is the most befitting name for all of us. وَالَّذِي سَمَّيْتُمُ الْمُسْلِمُونَ. Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam is the one that gave us this beautiful name, Muslim. That is what you are. If you are a Muslim that practices Sufism, there is this Ahlul Sufa among even the Sahabas. Nobody can deny that. Even the Sunni scholars testify to the fact that there was this Ahlul Sufa among the Sahabas. Abu Huraira radiallahu ta'ala anhu and some famous Sahabas like Abdurrahman ibn Auf, they were all members of the Ahlul Sufa. They were the core members of the Sahaba who dedicated their lives 100% serving Islam. They left their families and they are always in the masjid of the Masjid al-Nabawi, waiting for any revolution that will come down to the Prophet. Salman al-Faris was also a member of this Ahl Sufa. Maulana Ibn Taymiyyah, one of the famous scholars of the Sunni scholars, one of the famous Sunni scholars, he wrote a book, Al-Furqan, Bayna Awliya'ullah wa Awliya'ul Shaitan. And in that book, he explained the subject of Sufism in details and was able to ascribe Al-Sufa to the Sahabas. And he mentioned in that book that Abdurrahman ibn Auf, Abu Huraira, and some prominent Sahabas were among the Al-Sufas. So there was Al-Sufa among the Sahabas. So today, why can't there be Al-Sufa among we, the Muslim Ummah? If you want to disagree with that aspect of this Ummah, you are making a very big mistake in your life. There is no Sunni without Sufism. It's not possible. Along the way, the Shiites came into being when there was this disagreement between Sayyidina Ali karramallahu ta'ala wajahu and Sayyidina Muawiyah. Those who supported Ali became Shi'atu Ali, that is the supporters of Ali, and those who supported Muawiyah are those who still call themselves the Al-Sunnah wal Jama'ah. So you cannot condemn the two groups. You cannot condemn them because the Prophet said two groups from his ummah will have disagreement. And Sayyidina Hassan, who is now playing a role of unity, he is the one that will now bring sulh, harmony between these two groups, of which he fulfilled that prophecy in his lifetime. Sayyidina Hassan alayhi salam, he was able to bring harmony between the two groups. Although there was betrayal after that, but he was able to establish that harmony. He is now showing us what to do in the end of days. We are supposed to establish that path that will harmonize the entire sects in the Muslim Ummah. Show no hatred to any Muslim, no matter what sect that he belongs. If you don't accept what they practice in that sect, at least accept them for the fact that they establish Salah, they fast, they go to Hajj, they proclaim La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. They don't have any new fard or Sunni in their practices, but they have some extra activities that you don't accept. You can only reject those extra activities. That one is not a problem. But this part that unifies us, you should not hate any Muslim that proclaims La ilaha illallah. If you have that heart that will comprehend the entire Muslim Ummah without showing differences towards anyone except those who outrightly reject the basic foundations of Islam. Buniyal Islam ala khams. Islam is established on 5 basic principles, which is Shahadatu Allah ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadu Rasulullah. You should testify to the fact that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. Wa aqimus salat, and then you establish salat. Wa atu zakat, you must also give out zakat. Wa sawmu Ramadan, you must fast during the period of Ramadan. Wa hajj al-bayt man istata' ilay sabila, and you should go for hajj if you have the way. Anybody that accepts these 5 basic principles is a Muslim. And you and I must have this heart to be able to embrace this person. Do not consider the secondary activities like some acts of tasawwuf, like the wazifas that we do, like the mawlud. These are all secondary issues. They have nothing to do with the basic principles of Islam. Don't hate a Muslim because of a secondary issue. You can only hate a Muslim if he falsifies or he tries to reject these 5 basic principles. If you have this heart, you are on the right path, whatever sect that it is that you belong to. If you have this open-minded heart, illa man ata rabbuhu bikalbin salim. If you return to your Lord with a peace-loving heart, your heart is not poison towards another Muslim. If you have this heart, you are on the path of Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, because the Quran says in Surah Al-Anshirah, ba'da a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, alam nashrah laka sadarak. Have we not expanded for you your breast, your heart, in such a way that you can comprehend all creation? Because you are the best of all creation. If you and I want to be among those who are best in this ummah of the one who is the best in all creation, you should also have that heart that will encompass, that will be able to comprehend the entire Muslim ummah. Do not possess a sectarian heart. If you have a sectarian heart, then you are already on the wrong path. You are not on the right path. The Prophet will never support any sect. The Prophet belongs to all, and he is the one, and his family, and the Mahdi alayhi salam. These are the ones that can bring back all these sects. So this is now the mission of the 21st century scholars in Islam. The act to bring back the entire Muslim Ummah and to unite them as one. If you cannot achieve this, you are not a scholar in the 21st century. This is the century of the unity of Islam. If you cannot do that, you are not relevant in this century. You are just wasting knowledge. Your knowledge is useless. Why? Because whatever it is that you preach, it will keep up dividing the ummah of Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. You must focus and change your face, your approach in practicing Islam in this century. This is the century that the Muslim Ummah, Dr. Zakir Naik, Dr. Zakir, he declared in one of his most recent lectures, he said, the Muslim Ummah today has a population of over 2 billion people. 2 billion population on earth. How many are we on earth today? Statistically, according to the United Nations Statistical Report, we are just over 7 point something billion population on earth. Out of this 7 point something billion, 2 billion are Muslims. What are you trying to tell me? Is there any religion combined today, even if we have to combine all other religions on earth today, that has a population that will match that of Islam? What is our problem today? Our biggest problem today is our disunity. Disunity. And no path that is leading you, that no sect is going to paradise. No. Paradise, Al-Jannah, does not belong to any sect. It belongs to Islam. You must bring yourself back to this path of the Prophet and his companions and his family. The Prophet, his family, and his companions. This is the path that is going to paradise. This path is not a sect. It is the one united Muslim Ummah which was not divided. If you cannot achieve that practically, you should be able to achieve it spiritually in your heart by opening your heart and accepting the entire Muslim Ummah. This is the best position of salvation. This is the path of salvation in Islam. Even if you are the only one that has this heart, keep it to yourself and try to share it with one person. If you are able to guide one person on earth, this was the wasiha of the Holy Prophet ﷺ to his son-in-law, Imam Ali. Karramallahu ta'ala wajah. I say, Ya Ali, if you succeed in guiding just one person to the right path, is more than whatever it is that you see in this world and in the hereafter. If Allah uses you to guide one person, the reward of guiding one person in Islam is more than everything you are seeing in this world. Whatever it is that you are looking for. You can be a king, you can be anything, but you cannot guide just one soul to the right path. You are useless as far as we are concerned. But if you are able to guide one person, and that is our mission, we pray to Allah to use us as his instruments of guidance here on earth, so that we will guide people, we will guide our communities, the community of Islam, we will guide people to the right path. May Allah use us and our progeny to be an instrument of guidance to the right path. Bija Sayyidina Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. So if you want to understand the right path in Islam, you cannot understand it by just identifying any sect and declare that that is the sect that is going to Jannah. No, you can only understand it by unification, by unity of the Muslim Ummah. If you cannot achieve that practically, you should be able to achieve that individually or spiritually in your heart. You should open your heart. You should be ready to embrace the entire Muslim Ummah. You should overlook our differences and concentrate on our similarities. By that, we are going to be united. Bijay Sayyidina Rasulullah. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us achieve this goal of uniting the Muslim Ummah before our time pass away. Bijay Sayyidina Rasulullah. And if we do that, may Allah use our progeny to continue from where we stop, so that they will keep up uniting the Muslim Ummah worldwide. Bijay Sayyidina Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu.